Late childhood, ages from 9 to 12 years old, a troublesome age by which the children are no longer willing to do what they are told to do. At this stage, the children acquire the rudiments of knowledge that are considered as essential for successful adjustment to adult life. There is a gang spirit in this stage in which the major concern is acceptance by the age mates in a group. There is a team spirit in play activities and creative works. Since children in this stage are already in the late childhood, rapid development is evident. Physical development includes variety of activities, more complex motor skills, strength, balance, and coordination, small warm-up, progressive activities, catering to different growth rates. Social development includes enjoyment, individual work, rotation of roles, cooperative work, independent responsibility, problem-solving activities, leadership opportunities, fair play, shared expectations, and team culture. Cognitive development includes leadership skills, different reasoning skills, use of analogies and explanation, decision-making and problem-solving opportunities, individual identify, and social comparison. Emotional development includes positive, caring environment, praise and encouragement, all experience success including parent support of these needs, use of role models, success in meeting challenges, feeling of self-worth, and mood swings.
Hi, I'm Melanie Carlson, and I'm going to conduct a psychology experiment. What's your name?
Anna.
And Anna, can you look in the camera and tell us how old you are?
7.
7. Okay. Did you bring a friend with you today? Who? What's his name?
Spotty.
Spotty. Okay, Spotty's going to help us out today, okay? Okay. I'm going to take this ball and put it under a cup. Okay. Which cup is hiding the ball? Right there. Okay, and which cup do you think Spotty would say? Number 3? Okay. Now, can I take Spotty? I'm going to put him in the other room so he can't see us, okay? Okay, with Spotty in the other room, we're going to move the ball under cup number 2, okay? Okay. Now, the ball is under cup number 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we're going to go get Spotty. Okay. Now, what cup do you think Spotty thinks the ball is hiding under? Number 3. And why do you think that?
Because the ball was under number 3 before.
Before I took Spotty out of the room?
Mm-hmm.
Good job. Thank you, Anna. Okay, Anna, can you help me with a couple more experiments?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now take a look at these 2 cups. Would you say that they are even?
Mm-hmm.
They both have the same amount of water in it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to take this cup and pour it into here. Okay, would you say that this cup has more water than this cup? This cup has more water than this cup, or they're even?
They're even.
They're even? Why do you think that?
Because it's the same amount. It's the same amount of water just poured into a different cup.
Good. Okay, thanks, Anna. Can you answer a couple more questions for me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you pretty good at math? You think you're pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay. What's 4 plus 4?
8.
8. Okay, what, then subtract 4.
4.
4. And that was the original one we started out with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's do a little bit longer problem. What's 5 plus 2
7.
plus 3
10.
minus 3
7.
minus 2?
5.
5. And what did we start out with? Do you remember? 5. We started out with 5. Okay, thanks. And then one more question, okay? Okay. What's 6 plus 6
12.
minus 3
10. No, 9.
9 and then minus 3
6.
6, and that's the original one we started out with. Alright, thank you, Anna.
Level 1. Pre-conventional moral reasoning, the childish conscience. This is where we all begin. At this stage of development, the child judges the rightness or wrongness of an act according to its physical consequences. Johnny did the worst thing because he broke more cups than Mary. Stage 1. Fear of punishment orientation. At this stage, the child has a vague set of assumptions, an orientation, that something is good, worthwhile, and right as long as no physical punishment ensues. If she touches it and doesn't get burned, she really can't understand why Mommy says to stay away from the stove. Conversely, the child assumes that an act or omission is wrong if she gets punished for it in some concrete physical fashion, such as getting burned. If I cheat on the test, the teacher will probably catch me and punish me, so I shouldn't cheat. Or, if I don't cheat on this test, I'll flunk, so it's okay to cheat as long as I don't get caught. And if she doesn't get caught, there will be no feelings of guilt or shame because the child is obeying her conscience, primitive as it is. Indeed, if she cheats and gets away with it, she may even feel proud of herself and boast about it to her friends. At this stage of development, the person is governed not by any principle, like honesty, but by the fear of the power of some authority who might punish, a parent, a teacher. Kohlberg calls this form of moral thinking heteronymous reasoning, from hetero meaning other, and nomos meaning rule or law. That is, the person is governed by the rule or law or conscience of some other person, the person in authority, the parent or teacher. The child thinks, I should act honestly and not cheat because someone will punish me if I do not. Notice that it is the person in authority who may value honesty, not the child. A slogan for this stage is, might makes right. I assume I ought to obey the one who has power to punish. Now imagine this somewhat far-fetched scenario. Imagine little Jenny, in grade 2, seated in the cafeteria between two bigger grade 5 boys. Both of these boys are threatening her because she has a cupcake in her lunchbox, and both boys want it. What can she do? She's going to get it from one or the other of them, so she'll likely give her dessert to the one she thinks is most mean and might hurt her the most. Her goal? Avoid punishment. Obey the one who threatens the harshest punishment then. Might makes right. Stage 2. Personal reward or satisfaction orientation. According to Kohlberg's research, there is a slight shift of emphasis as children pass from stage 1 to stage 2. Now an act or omission is assumed to be good, wise, and right as long as I get something out of it. What's bad, stupid, and wrong? Well, there's nothing in it for me, so why bother? The child's thinking has moved from an emphasis on avoiding punishment to an emphasis on gaining some form of reward, some form of personal satisfaction. Think about this scene. Teddy, who has a big bag of popcorn, is 7 years old, and his sister Diane, who is 4, has some ice cream. Teddy's father says, "Share some of that popcorn with your sister." At stage 1, Teddy would refuse or would only do what his father says if threatened with punishment. You share that popcorn or I'll take it away from you. At stage 2, however, Teddy might be more willing to share if, and only if, he gets something in return. I'll give her some of my popcorn if I can have some of her ice cream. The key word is if. While he is still primarily thinking of what's best for himself, he is beginning to be aware of others and their needs. Another example might be a high school student who says to a friend in homeroom, "I'll let you copy my math homework, but only if you let me copy your Spanish assignment." The person's reasoning remains heteronymous, that is, it is still governed by somebody else's values, whoever is offering the reward, and not by principles such as generosity or sharing that he or she deeply believes in. The bumper sticker for this second stage of moral reasoning might be, "I'll scratch your back if and only if you scratch mine." The individual is seeking some form of concrete, tangible satisfaction or reward. Now imagine a child whose moral reasoning is stage 2. He assumes that an act or omission is good and makes sense only if he receives some form of reward or satisfaction from it, as we've seen. The child is well behaved in school and does all his schoolwork because he's been promised a new bicycle if he makes the honor roll. Now imagine what happens to this child if in one way or another his parents let him know that they're very proud of his behavior and his good work, but that he's getting too big to be rewarded each time he does what they expect. The rug has just been pulled out from under this kid's feet. He may say to himself, "Rats, no more rewards. Why should I bother then? To heck with them." But on further thought, he may revert back to stage 1 reasoning. I'd better keep on doing well or they'll punish me. But there's a third alternative. He might begin to reason in a significantly different way. He may begin to reason in the conventional way.
Children who are exposed to an environment rich in oral language learn to communicate more effectively than do children who are not exposed to a rich oral environment. That is why it is so important for preschool teachers to develop a language-rich classroom. One step toward developing a language-rich classroom is to arrange the room in a way that promotes a lot of language interaction. Dividing the room into separate spaces, like the ones you see here, helps to enhance language-related activities because it makes it easier for children to communicate with each other. It also makes it easier for teachers to meet the individual needs of the children. Some other features of a language-rich classroom include daily read-aloud sessions, the asking of open-ended questions, encouraging children to describe events and retell stories, modeling the use of new words, and discussing word meanings. By doing these things, a teacher is able to scaffold children's language development. The technique of scaffolding enables a teacher to guide and support a child's language learning by building on what the child is already able to do. Scaffolding moves a child from a lower to a higher level of language use.
Knock, knock, knock. And he says, Mr. Waggle.
Pumawit mag-isa ang kasabay lumang gitara, parang walang saysay ang kilos ko sa mundo.
Pero ang kinabukasan mo, tungkulin ba ng ibang tao? Maghanap ng entablado mo't ganun.
Huwag nagpagmasdan ang pangyayari.